Let's go. I thought you were going to make it 3 days in a row. Marty! You might get away with swatting him, but he's not afraid of you. Hi, buddy. Can you go to your spot? There you go. Hi. All right. Phew. So this flowering tree shrub thing over here is common privet, and it's ligustrum, and Don said he had it in Florida. It's different than the privet we're complaining about all the time. And here it's evergreen, although I understand in some climates where it's colder it drops its leaves every year and comes back. But at any point, we just have the one piece of it, and it's super old and it flowers every year, and I like it, so leaving it. I keep on waiting for some flowers to pop out over here, and that hasn't happened yet, but it's got great potential this year since the deer haven't eaten it yet. Hopefully my twine is going to help. Yeah, I see some privet popped up overnight. It is what it is. This guy's recovering well from its ordeal with the deer. I don't think any of that's new. Alright, let me get with the water bowls so we can get our walk in before I leave for my chiropractor shopping day. Well, everything's still kind of nice and wet out here. We didn't get any appreciable rain, but you know, a couple drops. We did get a little something more. Yeah, less than a tenth, but we didn't have the sun yesterday. I don't think we're going to have the sun today either. It hasn't dried everything up quick. My hydrangea over here is two varieties. One is the standard snowball, big one in the back, the blue, sorry stripe, and this is the more flat with little wisps of flowers. And right now they're both looking excellent. Marty, you were in a mood this morning. You've gone after Morris stripe and tucks. And this is, all I did was trim the hydrangea, stick it in a pot. We have another hydrangea. I don't remember what this one is, but it looks like the snowball one. Hi. Don't be mean to everybody this morning. I had come over and give you some love the way you like it and everything. Why are we in a mood? You can get yourself in trouble being mean to your friends. Don't do it, okay? I know. He's always sensitive about having his area around his tail touched. Everybody else loves it, and if I had to guess, Marty has a little arthritis and it hurts his hips. He doesn't like that. Sorry, I was just getting the hair off the end. I didn't press hard or anything. Yeah, okay. Okay, bossy boy. Good morning, Panther. Hey, bud. Good morning. Hi. Oh, that's my good boy. There you go. Good morning. When we walked down the driveway yesterday, Don was commenting on how the forsythia has taken off. I mean, wow. Probably partly because that tree's gone and it's getting a little more sun now, but still, wow. And canna lilies are really doing their thing. I should go down there and just make sure the leaves aren't too compact around any of the parts pushing through the ground. Good morning, Gray. Hi. Hello. How's my girl? How's my girl? Clean Bowl Award this morning. That's good. Ask me how happy I am we get to go for a walk and we don't have any conference calls while we're walking.
How happy are you?
Pretty darn happy.
Cool.
I actually get to interact with him again. Well, it was okay every once in a while, and then it got to be on steroids.
Well, that was going up to live. They were micromanaging everything.
Yeah. Wow, they've scraped the road.
Yeah. They're gonna lay that finished coat of asphalt down then.
Yep. It's our second time around. We're headed to the car. I'm out of time. Alright, kitties are accounted for, and Don's got Ruby ready to go for me. I'm looking forward to sitting in the car and having the air conditioner blow on me. Let's go shop, Ruby. Well, Ruby told me to come this way, so this way I come. We could surmise that they're paving on the back road. Wow, I just saw a VinFast. It was navy blue or black. It was really dark. Yeah, I just have to wonder. I'm wondering why you would get a VinFast instead of a Model Y or a Model 3, given the current cost, tax incentive, proven performance, etc., etc. That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, first off, I admit I haven't been following Francie's VinFast journey further than when, initially the first week or two. So I don't know how things are going for her. I know Kyle had reservations about the car, and particularly reservations about the software. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of options out there besides even the 3 and the Y that I don't know what it costs. Maybe it's so darn stinking cheap that it's a really good deal, even if some of the software and performance is not there. I don't really know. I should go test drive it. I think our friend David test drove it. I think. Anyway, the other thing I was going to say was, I guess I better get used to seeing them, because since they're going to build them here in North Carolina within, 10 miles of our house, 15 maybe at the most, one would think that there's going to be quite a few of them in the area that they will infiltrate. But that one was not built here. They're not building them here yet. So, I could certainly see it would be compelling if you work over there, you have a family member that works over there, it's employing North Carolinians. Even though it's not an American company, I can see the compelling reason to buy it when they're made here. But I don't know, maybe someone likes adventure and they want to help them. It's not going to get better, the software and all of that stuff, if they don't have people willing to drive it and provide feedback, just like Tesla relies on people out on the road, and I say that because, having been a software engineer and the things that I did, I knew how hard it was for us to fully test enterprise level simulations for on our software versus asking a customer to join the beta and help us test it. It was night and day difference. A 30-person, even though I'm sure there's better ways today, but back in the day, there wasn't a great way to simulate 4,000 users beating the system at one time on our system versus putting it in a customer account and letting them simulate it with their 4,000 users. So anyway, I'm sure we'll be seeing more VinFast. Ruby's driving and just noting that she did not try to turn me left. I'm pretty sure I engaged FSD before the place where she usually tries to turn us left, that she's come up here to 55 or Broad Street correctly today. So maybe I have a map update. I can't look right now, but it's possible, because that's really more of a map issue than a FSD issue. Very nice, Ruby, very nice. There's an Ioniq 5, very cool sci-fi looking. And there, of course, is a white Y. Law enforcement helping to control the traffic speed over here on 55, where it's 55. The guy behind me is not too happy, but I don't know where he thinks I'm supposed to go. I don't follow too close, and the people in front of me are going under the speed limit. Yeah, Ruby's nagging me quite a bit today. I have to say that I'm a little perturbed about it. I'm tired of being nagged. It's like, you know, the fine print when you enable FSDs, basically you're responsible. I know I'm responsible. I don't mind being responsible. I feel a reasonable ability to take over when necessary if the car's not doing what it should. Accidents happen, but I'm just tired of these nags. I want them to go away. I just really want them to go away. Now look, if I fall asleep behind the wheel and I'm unresponsive, I absolutely want the car to put on the flasher, slow down, and pull over and save my life. I want it to be paying attention if I'm paying attention. There's valid reasons. If I have a medical something happen that curtails my ability to drive, I want the car to help keep me alive, get me where I'm going. You know, I think that's a good goal. I want that. But this every so many seconds, you know, flash me white, beep at me with the red, any of those things, it's just getting old. It's getting old today. I want it to stop that. You know, it's really, don't take anything I say with a grain of salt, because on the newer cars, even Jules newer, level with the cabin cameras and stuff, they're going to be working at some level better than what Ruby can do with no cabin camera. So I guess, you know, I'm sort of stuck with the nags just from steering wheel torque. And, you know, there's pros and cons. In some ways, I'm really happy that the car isn't monitoring me in the cabin, and it has nothing to do with privacy. But, well, not really privacy, but on the other hand, you know, God, there's so many white Teslas out here today. It's like the 5th one I've seen coming in the other direction. And then, of course, they're just in front of me now. Anyway, I wish the nagging would stop it. It just, I guess what I would say is it spoils my enjoyment of the relaxation of letting the car do so much goodness driving. Because I know my hand's on the wheel, and I know I'm looking out the front window, and yet I'm still getting these nags. I mean, I swear one of them back there, I had just like intentionally twisted the wheel a little bit. And obviously certain releases have gone better than others. You know, we know that this nagging has more or less happens on certain releases, but anyway, just sharing my experience. I think we're gonna do back end knee again today. Well, that felt good and was really helpful. I have to say that I kind of wish I had another half hour today. And we could have done my calves, my legs a little bit more. You know, I thought I was gonna be feeling it more today or last night than I am from all that bending over weeding yesterday, but actually I don't. There's a Rivian. A lot busier today. I see at least 2 EV6s, 3 3s. Here's another EV6. I see a couple bolts. Like I said, the lot's a Polestar. The lot's a lot busier today. It's like that with Hertz. Some weeks very few cars, other weeks lots of cars. They get a surplus in one place, they shuffle them around. The cinema pictures for Michelle in the plant pot is for me. It's got a hole in it and never been used. It's tiny, but I like it. It's a good thing the old metal tub is expensive. I might want to use it as a plant, well, pot, but you know, bed thing. They have a lot of these hollow books today. Sometimes they look really realistic. I sent the picture to Michelle. One's in good shape. If there was ever a chair, a couch, whatever you call that, that makes you look like a woman of leisure, that would be it. This is pretty cool with the sunshade too. That's 8, and I swear this is the same bowl as the one I have. That's great for winter time. And I've got this one in the front yard that's horrible. I think I have to take that too. I spotted that. We all know what that is now, right? It says, you can't make everybody happy, you're not Buc-ee's. It's kind of long. Somebody got rid of their Corelle cups and saucers that match my creamer, but I don't need them. Well, I wouldn't want other people to drive Ruby, but I was thinking as I came past the red 3 that every once in a while I'd like to park her and just, you know, pick another Tesla off the lot to drive for the day, just for the heck of it. Well, especially if it was a Highland 3, right? I left my buggy up there so I don't have to push the cart back. I'll just pull up to the curb, load up, and leave it in the cart return. Well, there's a Model 3, an EV6, and a Polestar. They have 2 chargers up there, so probably 2 of the cars are charging, the EV6 and the Tesla. Don's on his way to the landfill. With it getting to be the summer heat, it's better to go more often. It's 82 out here now, so pleasant, but not totally feeling like summer. Well, I'm done shopping, and I'm done eating my snack. Kind of people watch while I sit up here on the hill. You know, I like the spot up here on the hill. Yeah, I had one interaction with there, and if I have an interaction with somebody that doesn't go just right, it stays with me a really long time, because I'm just sensitive. I care about interactions with people. It's not, I don't just brush it off and go on. It'll stay with me for hours, sometimes days. It all started over at Guardian Angel when I was in the back hallway looking at the little books that were like in the shape of boxes. I was sending Michelle pictures, and she bought 2 small and 2 of the large ones so she could make, you know, tell me which one she wanted, because I know she often buys these, and they were a good deal. They were from TJ Maxx, and the little ones were $3 and the big ones were $4.29, and they're like $20 boxes. So they were, you know, if you want those, they were a good deal. And sometimes she'll use them to give gifts to people or whatever, and sometimes she uses them to store stuff. And anyway, somebody walked back there on a mission, wanted to look in that area, and I was back there with my cart, and there's no, you can't get by anybody back there because it's a little hallway. And she looked at me and she was irritated. She was just irritated because I was there shopping. And I don't know, I think in those cases the best thing to do is look at something else and come back in a few minutes maybe. I don't think assuming that I should get out of her way so she can do the same thing I'm doing, which is look at the merchandise, was warranted, right? And I was all the way to the back of the hallway so she could see 80% of it, I guess. I don't know. So I smiled, and she went on her way, and I finished up and left. And I wasn't intentionally in her way. I just, like I said, I just was doing the same thing she wanted to be doing. So over at Whole Foods today, there were several times I had stopped to get stuff, and I shop at this store all the time, and I know what I want. So I'm not like, typically not debating my purchases for a long time. I'm just, yep, I need green onions. Yep, I want a head of cauliflower today. Yep, I need some sweet yellow onions. You know, I work down the list, right, from one side to the other, because I really know the store, and I've shopped here for over 10 years. God, it's probably going on 15 now. Anyway, so several times today, people were reaching in around me, getting in my space, just, you know, in a rush. And it would be one thing if I was standing there for a long time making a decision, but I was literally just going down the line, grabbing what I needed, you know, happy as could be. So it was all sort of okay until I got over to the dairy section, and I had grabbed a pound of butter and I had grabbed a thing of the sour cream, and I reached in to grab a pack of the cookie dough for the guys for the ice cream. I buy the gluten-free stuff, and they have a low sugar and a regular sugar, and the low sugar's not a substitute, it's just literally just not quite as sweet. It's a lot less carbs, so I usually buy those. So I grabbed the wrong one, I put it back, I grabbed the other one, and I was standing back up, and a store employee was like, "Excuse me, please." And I was just like, God bless America. One more person wanting me out of their way today when I'm simply putting in my cart what I need to buy. So I stood up, and I must have frowned, and she gave me this look like, "What's wrong?" And I said, it's not you. It's just I seem to be in everybody's way today. You know, I can't get my stuff quick enough for people. And she was like, "You know, if you leave your cart away from the case, more people could get in to grab stuff." And I'm like, "But you don't understand. I like to lean on the cart for stability. Plus, I've got to lift the stuff farther." I mean, there are lots of reasons. That's just not something you say to somebody. And when I told her I, like to keep it for stability, which is true, ask Michelle about shopping at Guardian Angel and why I push the cart, and she'll tell you. Anybody that knows me will tell you. If I'm in the store, I have the cart because I like to hold on to the cart. So that's just the way it is. I don't have to explain it. You never know about how people are feeling physically or mentally unless you don't make it, especially store employees anyway. So she's like, "Oh, okay," or whatever. And then she obviously wasn't in too much of a rush because she stopped to chat with me about why I might have possibly shown just a smidgen of frustration that she asked me to move. So anyway, thanks for listening. It's just, usually if somebody's is reached into the case for something, I give them a full minute before I say, "Excuse me, please," in the most nice voice ever, so I can get in and get what I need. Because, if you've really got to stare at it for a while, and we've all done that, then, that's fine. But maybe let somebody grab what they need and go if they know what they want, right? But not in 10 seconds or less, not without any regard for the other person, not without trying to give them a chance to complete their grab and go kind of a thing. Just, God, people, just slow down just a little bit. Just please just slow down just a little bit. And this is Speedy Gonzalez here asking others to please slow down. I must be getting old. I don't know. Hopefully it's helpful to hear about how others might feel if you're one of those people that cares, so you sort of could kind of know. But I don't know. I didn't feel like I was being slow. I've said this one time before in a video, I know. Excuse me does not give you the right to reach in and half bump me out of the way. Excuse me is give me a chance to finish and move out of your way so you can get in there, hopefully sooner than if you hadn't said excuse me. But excuse me often seems to mean in modern times that I'm coming in whether you're out of the way or not, just letting you know I'm going to get close and bump you. I don't know. Anyway, I'm headed home now. I love grocery shopping. Really, I mostly don't mind it at all, but today I felt like I was in everybody's way, and I felt I wasn't being slow, and I just wanted people to be more patient or kind or whatever you want to call it. Give me some grace, give me some space. I don't know. Well, this morning the fence was totally off of the supports. And I had sent a picture to the town and said it was in bad shape down there on the end. And Don will be glad to know that they have been out and re-secured it. It was both, well, it was very fixable. And it was unfixed and more people banging into it going to ruin the piece of fencing. And then it was potentially, somebody could have gotten hurt. Hey there.
Hey there.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. How's my chocoholic?
Well, I behaved, I suppose. I'm fine. Did you get the landfill over with?
All over with, yeah.
Good. I see this scruff of I'm a retired guy.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I think it befits me, whatever.
I've got 45 minutes till dinner comes out, and I thought I'd work on the house a little bit.
Yeah.
The first floor is done, and I've got the base for the second floor started, and it's time for dinner. Wow, all four of them lined up. Poor Tux, he doesn't look super happy, or him and Marty, neither one, but Stripe and Morris, they're chill. So Don's out here to serve up dinner. He makes sure I don't burn myself, because I have a propensity for doing that. But there's my version of shepherd's pie. The guys like it. I like it. I'm on a roll with Johnny Home, like really making this. Don't get used to it for the entire summer, but right now,
She's cooking up a storm.
I'm in super cook effort mode, mom mode.